Test. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this press conference after the last tournament of this year, OKTAGON 65. We saw incredible performances and 3 new champions. It's really late, so let's get started. To my right, Jakub Batwalski and Marko Novak, and then we have Ozan Aslaner, Ayagi Sardare, and our fighters. It's time for you to ask the questions.
first question for Agi Sardari. Second performance, second great win here in Octagon. How close do you feel you are to the title match?
Thank you very much. I hope after tonight I earned my title fight. So, and I'm very glad about the outcome. Kaita's win, that only shows my skill level. Because I almost had a finish against him. So if you would give me the opportunity to fight with him for 5 rounds, I will definitely finish him. That just shows my skill level. As you see it, he's the winner.
Perfect, thank you. Second question. Otázka pro Petra Gabela.
The second question on Petr Gabal. You first said that you don't know who to fight next. So did you think about it? When we talked about it after PML, you mentioned Karol Ryshavý. Would you like to maybe fight him? Is this on? Yeah, definitely. I want to fight someone from the Czech Republic or from Slovakia. I started fighting after a long time, so if I had a name like this, I would definitely accept that fight. Could you describe the mood you were in, or what you felt like a month ago? You have 3 wins in the past 30 days, but before a year and a half of no fights. Did you feel a pressure that you're fighting for your own career? No, I didn't feel any pressure. I have a good job, so I didn't feel any pressure. I was well prepared. I trained with Keita. My first fight I won in 18 seconds. The second fight only didn't take a minute, so I was fine. I enjoyed Christmas. And now we're here. I won here. 3 wins in a month. That sounds pretty good. And I think it shows that I could fight someone pretty big. The comeback really didn't work out for your colleague Jakub Tichota. So what do you think about that he's not doing that well right now? Where's the issue right now? Because you entered the scene at the same time. Well, I can't say. I can't see inside his head. It was a really balanced fight. It could have gone either way. And Jakub is good for huge challenges. He fought Keita, he fought Sanikidze. He never had an easy fight. So he took a loss to the best in the world. He's still only 25 and he can get over this. I think every fighter knows what this feels like. I had the same experience about 3 years ago. I took a few losses in a row. All you need to do is persevere and maybe take a weaker opponent and get going. I think Jakub, he works hard, he's talented, and he will get a comeback.
Question for Ozan. Couple of years out of the cage before tonight. Did you feel any pressure coming into this evening?
I didn't feel any pressure. I was just, how can I tell you? I wasn't even nervous or excited. I was just happy to fight. And for the next fights, it will go like this too.
That was my next question. What does 2025 look like for you?
I think it will be like 2024. I'm waiting until some offers will come to me, and this was a fight which happened out of confidence. I mean, I was preparing for fights, and one after another one got cancelled. And at the end of the year, I was like, okay, I'm gonna rest out the year, and suddenly a fight came. I hope I'm gonna fight in April or May. That's my plan.
Is there any names?
Yes,
Right.
I told one name inside the octagon.
Question for Sadara. You was due to fight Ligurska tonight. If that fight was put to you again in an eliminator for the title, would you happily take that?
Yeah, definitely. If it's for the title, I'll go.
But if there was to offer you Lawson, how confident are you of beating him, and what holes have you seen in his game to give you that confidence?
We already have our spreadsheet. We made one for Ronnie and we made one for Keita, so I'm very comfortable in it. So I can beat both. If it's Ligurski, if it's Keita, Ronnie, whatever. I just want my belt. I'll fight anyone in a month. Let's go.
For Agi, now Keita won. Is that like for you unfinished business? You was close to finish Keita, maybe the closest one in his career.
It was the first round of the Tipsport Gamechanger, and for me, I just made my debut in Octagon, so everything was new. I just came in, I didn't know anyone. First time Festhall Frankfurt was crazy, like everything was new for me. So, and I think I respected him too much in my head. First round, second round, and then I got a little bit looser that I could play my own game. And now I'm already inside Octagon. I know the ways, you know, it's just. Oh, excuse me. So I think if we had a second run, I would definitely beat him, 100%.
What do you think? Are you ready to fight? Which month or which?
Whenever they say, when I get a call, they can call my manager. Usually within 1 hour, we say yes.
Okay, thank you. To Bartwalski, before the fight, you said it was a dream to win a fight at Octagon since you are a kid. Now you won. How is your feeling now?
Dneska se cítím, tyjo, super, no, jako ta prohra.
Today I'm feeling great.
moc nedělá, tak jak když prohrál,
The
tak
loss
prostě
from
prohrál.
before didn't do much to me,
Na tuhle výhru jsem se fakt těšil
but I was
dlouho.
really looking forward to
A
this
jsem
win
šťastný, ale
for a long
prostě já
time.
bych
I'm really
budoucna-
excited about it, but right now I'm looking to the future and I'm looking forward to more fights.
Asi ta dlouhověkost, no, třeba
It's really important to last as long as possible.
kariéru,
I'm planning a long career and I'm looking forward to what's to come. I'm not gonna sleep on this win. It doesn't change anything.
Now, do you have any names in your head? Because you are young, you are a Czech. Maybe a Czech or maybe a German guy. Do you have any names?
tyjo, nemám teď vůbec žádné jméno, jsem
No, I don't have any names in my head right now. I'm prepared for anything Octagon throws at me. I will accept anyone and I would fight anyone, even if it's incredibly difficult, because I could use the experience even later.
Thank you. Zu Ozan Aslana. Du hast gesagt, Matej Kuznik ist der Name, du willst unbedingt diese Revanche. Du hast gesagt, er hat nicht den Kampf gewonnen, sondern du hast ihn durch Verletzung verloren. Was reibt dich da so sehr, wirklich diesen Kampf, und denkst du, er wird diesen Kampf annehmen?
Ich weiß nicht, ob er den Kampf annehmen wird. Das überlasse ich einfach der Zukunft. Was mich so sehr dazu angetrieben hat, diese Herausforderung rauszuhauen, war einfach das Gequatsche im Post-Fight-Interview. Das ging mir auf den Keks. Mehr ist es nicht.
Du hast gesagt, Dortmund wäre eine Option für dich. Warum
Richtig.
genau? Dortmund hast vielleicht eine Verbindung zu Dortmund, und das ist einfach nur der Zeitraum, der gut passt.
Also, wenn es im April ist, wäre es optimal.
So if it happens in April, it would be
Es ist
great.
entfernt von meiner Hauptstadt. Also nicht von meiner Hauptstadt, von meinem Wohnort.
And it's just an hour's drive from where I live. So we could sell out that
Cage Warriors
entire
World
arena.
Champion there. What is the difference between Cage Warriors, which was seen as the leading non-UFC promotion, to Octagon, which is now seen as the top promotion in Europe?
I think that I showed the level is actually the same, because it's the highest level there is. But right now, I think Cage War is quite small, and Octagon is really blowing up. So I like obviously the audience, the full capacity, 20,000, 30,000, 40,000 people, and that's why we fight. Go in an arena and feel the atmosphere and hear all the sounds, and so that's why I signed a contract with Octagon. I think they're one of the best right now, even perhaps for my feeling above the UFC right now. Yeah.
A question for Jakub Bartwalski. You mentioned at the press conference that you felt the pressure going into the Octagon cage the first time. What changed, and why was this second Octagon experience better for you, maybe?
Tak myslím si, že ty zkušenosti prostě, když zažíváte něco už po druhé, tak je to
Well,
lehčí,
when you
než
experience something for
když
the
to
second
poprvé,
time,
že?
it's
Tak
easier
asi
than
v
the
tom byl
first
ten
time.
rozdíl.
I think
Už jsem
that's
to
the
jednou
difference,
prožil.
because I already have the experience.
Question for Agi. We talked before, and you said you're gonna sit cage side and watch the fight. You got the schedule for each fight that you told me, like for Keita and for Ronnie. Now you got the newest version of those guys. You saw like the performance. We know Keita is pretty good to close the distance. Really fast fighter, dynamic fighter. Did you see something special? You don't have to tell us everything, but how you felt about this fight?
Yeah, I saw holes everywhere with Ronnie and with Keita, both of them. As I said before, already have the spreadsheets, game plan Ronnie, game plan Keita. I'm ready for both. So I just need one call and I'm ready to go.
So did you make some new notes, what you saw tonight?
No, because how much can you improve in like 2 or 3 months? It's all the same. Like the subconscious mind doesn't work that fast. You cannot tweak, or you can fine tune a little bit, of course, but in 2-3 months the movements stay the same. So it's all the same. It's going to be the same as the first fight, but this time it's going to be a 5-rounder. For me, I have conditioning for 10 rounds, no problem.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Kamil Schreiber, Max MMA. Otázka na Marka Nováka.
A question for Marko Novák. You said you wanted to take the reserve fight for Lengal Ilbay. Do you have any other names in mind if this didn't work out? I don't have any specific names. These two names I would really like to fight, but I don't have any other specific names in my head right now. Next question for Jakub Batwalski. We've already said that this was a big win, it was a dream win for you in the octagon. Do you think this would be a breaking point in your career, a milestone showing that you can actually do this? No, I will just keep on going as I did before. It's just a little step in my career. A question to Ozan Aslaner. Jakub Tichuta had some attempts at submission, and from afar it looked like he was close to finishing you. So was he close or not?
From 4 submissions, maybe one was very close, and that was the Darth choke. But the other submissions were easy to defend. I mean, I'm pro since 2015, and I've been, if it's good or not, I came out of a lot of submissions, so that wasn't really a problem. And it was also my luck for the coming rounds in the fight, because he overpaced.
Thank you. A posledná otázka odo mňa na Peťa Gabala.
And a question to Gabal. You had 3 fights in the last 30 days, PML and Valhalla, and now in the sold-out arena. So what's the difference with the audiences, even when you're walkout or inside the cage? Well, entering this 3rd fight, I didn't feel any pressure, because I had so many walkouts during this month, and the body was kind of used to it. So I didn't feel any pressure. I just entered the arena to enjoy it. I dreamt about this fight. It was really good, so there was no pressure at all. Question to Piotr. At the beginning, it looked like a quick finish in the first round. In the end, there were 3 rounds. Were you ready for this long fight? Well, the preparation wasn't ideal. I only had 3 days to prepare, but I watched some of my opponent's fights. I could see he's a tough opponent. He was knocked down in the first round, for example, but he was never finished like this. I kept that in my head. I didn't want to overpace in the first round. I didn't want to throw everything but the kitchen sink at him. I felt that I was hitting him very cleanly, and he wasn't enjoying it. He started talking to me, and I felt like, oh my God. And then we went to the 3rd round. So yeah, it was a very tough opponent. I was expecting more of a stand-up fight, more of a striking fight. Usually he keeps it stood up, but he was attempting many takedowns. I was preparing for boxing. Mostly I was preparing for a striking fight, so I wasn't expecting the wrestling attempts. But it's a mixed martial arts, so I think it was a good fight, and that's what it's all about. When would you like to return? Because the next tournament is in February, so do you have any dates that you would like? Yeah, for me, March or April. I can't make February because I have some personal things to tend to, so I can't prepare until February. In February, I want to prepare in Thailand for a camp, and after that, I don't care. March, April, something like that. But I want to stay active, even be more active. And a question to Jakub Batwalski. Could you describe the final sequence? It was kind of weird there. Dominic went down to the ground, so what was it like? Well, I was preparing for this. I think I hit him with my front hand on the top of the head. And that's what makes your knees break. And when I saw him going down, I just went at him to finish him, and it worked out.
Question for Marko Novak. Your fight was very well balanced. Did you look at the points? I also thought that we were well balanced, but until the last moment I was hoping for them to give me the win. I was glad. I'll know more when I see the fight at home. But it could have gone either way, to be honest. I'm glad that I was the one to win this. Ozan Aslaner, how much did you notice that the referees gave the second round to Quijota, which really made people talk a lot about it?
Second round, I'm still surprised. I have to watch that fight again to how can I tell you, to give an opinion about it. Yeah. So right now I don't know what to say about it. I just have to look at another view.
Okay, děkuji. Ještě někdo nějaké otázky?
Any other questions?
Vypadá to, že ne. Tím pádem
Looks like we have no more questions, so this is the end of the first part of the press conference. Please give us a few minutes for the promoters to get here and for the new champs to get here, and we'll see you soon.
Europe's most prestigious MMA organisation heads to Düsseldorf for the first time. OKTAGON conquers another German city and will present the biggest German stars in front of 14,000 fans in the city's biggest arena. Undefeated for almost a decade, the new middleweight champion Kerim Engizek is looking to claim his 15th consecutive victory in his hometown.
And he's done it once again!
He'll be joined by his training partner and member of the legendary UFD gym, Lon Alieskiev. An experienced and elite fighter who stopped the legendary Ivan Buchinger in the first round of his OKTAGON debut. Nearly 1 year after his brother, Tamerlan Dolatov will enter his debut fight and aim to make an equally fierce impression on home soil. Cologne's finest boxer, Denis Ilbay, whose last two opponents couldn't make it past the second round,
El Pistolero gets it done in one!
will enter the cage with Czech knockout artist Vlado Lengal.
Schöner Hüftwurf, guter Ellbogen.
Experience the best of European MMA with us at the first event of 2025.
Jetzt ist weg!
OKTAGON 66, February 1st, PSD Bank Dome Düsseldorf. Be there, experience OKTAGON. Tickets on sale at oktagontickets.de. world champions and their emotional stories, an electric atmosphere, an unforgettable experience. Octagon MMA.
Welcome everyone on the post press conference after Octagon 65. We saw just amazing tournament, and I would like to say massive thank you to all fans, all fighters, and the members of the Octagon team who really work hard to deliver great tournament. Netflix cooperation with the Squid Game and the crazy game with the flying airplanes for 100,000 euro with Tipsport. It was a lot of work, and all the team members leave here everything to make this show great. And I think we delivered. This tournament includes you guys. It was 110 journalists and press, which is the highest number ever on any tournament, which is the record. Also 3 champions sitting here, new champions, and amazing fights of all fighters that delivered. So thank you for you all guys. I think it was great finish of the year 2024, and it was a hell of a ride. So I will give word to Andre to
The Tipsport performance of the night is going to Keita.
I'm a rich man.
He is. Okay, so yeah, Paolo said it. Unbelievable night, unbelievable year for us. And we are just still a small startup, so it's gonna be better every year. So who's got a first question?
Question for Keita. Congratulations. Is there anything that you want to buy with the money that you want tonight? I know that you'll give some of it to your team, but is there anything specific you want?
Not yet. I don't really know yet. I was not too much focused about the money. I just wanted to beat Ronnie and be pound for pound. For me, that is way more important for me than the money, because I knew I'm doing my job. If I beat him, I'm getting paid to do my job. So I didn't think about the money and stuff. It was all about pound for pound.
You said that you're a chill guy, but did you feel the pressure in the end, or was it okay?
Not at all. It's crazy. Not at all. I didn't feel the pressure, because one thing is, I knew I'm gonna fight Ronnie. So we had a long time, and surprisingly, my first fight with Ronnie, it was the first time I fought a southpaw. But after Ronnie, I fought Nico Samsonidze southpaw, Agi southpaw, Bogdanovic southpaw. I made a lot of southpaw, so I had a lot of time to prepare, and I'd be stalking the guy. You know, like I say, I'm a freak. That's the only thing I do. Like when Octagon sign a new guy in the division, I'm the one checking it. I know the wrestler from in and out, so I'm that guy, you know. So I knew everything about this guy. Even his warm-up today, when he was warm-up with Suru, I know his head movement. I knew I can come in. So I'm just a freak. I think it's a gift.
Ronnie, you said that this is a fight that you prepped for years. Is there anything surprising in the fight with Keita today? That's a tough question. Once you get the first hit in the fight, everything changes. There was no feeling that he was an extreme danger to me. I had the whole octagon covered. I did make some tactical mistakes. Now I know the mistakes that I made tonight, and I'm sorry about them. I'm very happy for this team that I have and for the people that are around me. I felt the atmosphere. And when I was walking out, there was no idea of the possibility of losing to me tonight. Congratulations to Keita. His night is better. He showed a better performance tonight. And I am sorry about it, but I'll go back to the gym. I'll keep training and keep getting better. Thanks to all the fans who believed in me and who keep believing in me, who believe that one day I'll get to the top. Question for Will Fleury. You were kind of saying words to each other with Makhmuradov, but you said you'd need time. Is there any name that you'd like to take first?
Before Muradov? Look, I see Alex Popik, he messed up in his last fight, but he was about to win that fight. If he wants to come and challenge for the belt, and I can do a quick fight for the belt, and then defend that, and head down and do this little dip down. I'd love a 90-kilo catchweight fight with somebody first, you know, a fight early in the year. It'll take a little while to get down to 84. I see that they're doing Gamechanger fights as late as April. The first round of the Gamechanger could be in April. And I see that there's this wildcard slot available against against Krzysztofic. And Krzysztofic was the last guy to beat Carlos. I'm the next guy to beat Carlos. If that slot's open, well, we could talk about the Gamechanger as well. So we're in a position where there's a lot of options. Like, look, I like this Murdoch fight. It's a big fight. People respect his skill set. I think he's a good fighter. I'd love that. But I'm open to options. So let's talk a little bit. Let's see if that fight makes sense. But there's a lot of things that could make sense right now.
What about the wild card? Will just spoke about it. Is there any chance that Will could fill that spot?
Like Will said, there's a lot of options, so I'm also more than happy that we got options, because it's always better than don't have any options. So it's funny that Will was also talking about the heavyweight title this weekend, so he want to be at 3.
I could do it.
Yeah.
Trust me, I can definitely do it.
Yeah.
I could be your first 3-division champ. That's genuinely real. So let's talk about it. Let's figure it out.
Sure. So I'm more than happy that we got these kind of options. Also, Keita now is asking me if he can go to middleweight tournament in Tipsport Gamechanger.
I want everything.
So Keita Flaherty in the first round.
Ondra, another question for you. Vemola Fleury. The question was, what's going to happen if Vemola loses? In the eyes of fans, Carlos has risen to the top by accepting this challenge. Is that how you see it? I cannot but agree. It is a win in its own right. Nobody believed Carlos, and at the commentator meeting, we were talking about it, and we were 50-50, split on who was going to win. Carlos knew, and no matter what Will says, he knew that there were ways for Carlos to win tonight. And there were 2-3 moments that Carlos could have scored a win where it was leaning his way a little bit. But I've known Carlos for a long time, ever since he's been back from the US. And I know all the good things about him, all the good things that he can do. And I'm immensely grateful that nobody will ever question him. And he made sure that nobody would question him with this fight. He made himself a big fighter tonight, in my eyes. Tonight, after a long time, people started talking about referees. Aslaner, Tichota, where they scored it for Tichota, or Uškrt, Švent. Can you comment? I always stand by the referees, but I'm not blind. I'm not going to be like Dana White and scream at them. To give Tichota the win is a pure robbery. And Piotr, it just didn't work out for him. There's half a second of a split decision. Schwint just didn't get the knee, so he should have reacted. He shouldn't have let it go on for 3-4 more minutes. So he has a right to feel robbed of the win, or of a chance to win. So Uškrt can feel that way, for sure. But this is the sport. Of course, Daniel did rise up, and he was able to turn around the fight, so this has nothing to do with it. I wanted people to clap for him because of that. But sometimes the referee's work is a tough job. Last question for Carlos. There were several critical moments, but you stood them all. What were you thinking before the 5th round? Did you go all in, leave your heart in the cage? I don't know what I was thinking back then, but after some of the knees and some of the punches, I was thinking that I couldn't get up. I was just out of it. Like after the third round, I heard the O2 Arena screaming. That's what gave me the strength to try and get up. I hate losing my whole life. Even, I go to the press conference and then I stay alone at my house, closed in my apartment for a week. But the atmosphere in the arena was absolutely crazy. Even though I lost, this is going to remain one of the strongest moments in my career. The way the people cheer, the way the promoter themselves reacted to my loss. And I'm very sorry about losing, but you have to kill me first if you want me to give up. And what the audience showed today, that was so unbelievable. They made me go forward, and in some moments, Fleury, he talked to me during the fight. He was like, dude, this is not normal. Just stay down. You're crazy. Don't keep getting up. So I didn't think he expected an old dude like me to keep getting up and take him to the fourth, fifth round. But he was so well prepared, and there was no strength in me after all his tough knees and hammer fists. So thank you to the fans. They were the ones who kept me getting up. And thank you for this crazy ride. I can win anywhere, just not the O2 Arena. So let's move on and let's wait for my biggest win at Eden.
I'd like to stay with Carlos. Even Ondra mentioned 2 or 3 moments where you were close to turning the fight around, and you were holding Will. How did you see it? What was missing? Personally, I think it wasn't that close. Will is an experienced dude. I had the guillotine over the hand, and he had his head positioned correctly, so I wasn't really putting him in danger immediately, There's no way he would tap out. He would never tap out. He would probably be there because he's a warrior. I kept trying until the last moment. I knew I lost 4 rounds, but in the 4th round, 5th round, I still tried the guillotine. I still tried to get him down. I still kept thinking, what if it works out? What if this works out? I could come back in the 5th round. I was there for the whole time, but I was only because of the fans. If this had happened during the coronavirus without any fans, I don't think I would have persevered like this. The fans were an incredible motivation for me. Back to Will. Will, in the face-to-face, you mentioned that you will get the title through a striking fight, but you took it down and you controlled Carlos on the ground for a long time. Was that tactics or was it just a situation?
It wasn't part of the plan originally. No, I wanted to stay on the feet. I cracked him early enough in the fight, and I just felt his chin was solid. And then at the end of the 1st round, I hit him hard, probably nearly as good a shot as I hit Langer with, and I just saw he didn't even wobble. But I felt if I kept lying, so at the end of the 1st, when he was holding me and I just wanted to get up, I thought, I can finish him on the feet. Every time I hit the guy, I felt he's got to go down. He's going to, these are decent shots. He's not going to keep standing these. And he just did. And fair play to him, he's saying that guillotine wasn't close. It wasn't close. But I couldn't believe that he still had the energy in him and the soul in him to keep fucking trying that. And to keep going and to keep fucking, there's that fake, I'm going to keep trying to win. But no, that man was trying to win in the 4th round. After that 3rd round, he came out and fucking tried to win that fight. That's balls. You can't, that's character. That's something in your soul that does that. So, nothing but respect for that guy and the way he showed up tonight. But a little bit of disappointment on my side that I couldn't quite be clinical enough to put him away. Some of them shots were big shots. I want to go back and watch it again and see the footage, but I feel like I landed shots that would have put 99% of people out. Not that man, not tonight. So, fair fucks to him, but maybe I need to refine things. I got to see it first. But yeah, look, I wanted a striking fight. I wanted to put him out with a nice, clean knockout. I landed 1 or 2 shots that I felt like could have been that. But Jesus, they weren't tonight, not for him. So, fair fucks to him. Oh, Jesus. I'm after spilling my beer.
Ďakujem a pokračoval by som u Daniela Švinta.
A question for Daniel Schwingt. Your win was very controversial. There was some booing in the arena. So how do you see this?
To be honest, I'm happy to be a part of the organization now, and I think everybody saw the first round. We didn't give anything each other. We fought our hearts out. So I think the knee, okay, it was on the shoulder, but yeah, I'm not the ref. I didn't stop the fight. The ref stopped the fight, and my job is to fight. I fought after the knee. After the ref told me, take your time out, I said, I'm good, let's go. I stood up and we fought our heart out, and so I was the lucky winner. I'm happy for that, and I'm happy to be a part of the organization now.
A posledná otázka odo mňa na Cecil Bolander.
The last question for Cecil Bolander. At first, you were supposed to fight a different fight, and now you have a title in front of you, a belt. So how do you feel about becoming a champion?
This was always the plan. I would have ended up here anyways. I'm extremely happy, and not only for me, but my team. We might be from a small country and a small team and everything, but one thing I have is I have heart. But I'm very much looking forward to showing up and being way smarter. Because I don't want to look like this after every time. But no, I'm still new in this game. Yes, I'm a champion. No, it's crazy. But in the future, I'm definitely gonna be smarter. You're still gonna see my heart on the line every single time, but it will be, yeah. I'm grateful. I'm extremely happy to be here. Extremely happy that we went all the way, and I can't wait for the future and for you guys to see how far we're gonna get.
Marian Čustr, Deník Sport. Před chvilku první otázka na Lozena.
First question for Keita. A few seconds ago, we had Agi Sardare here, who said he was the closest to endangering you or finishing you even in your mutual fight. Do you think that after 2 of his wins, he should be your next opponent?
To tell you the truth, Agi don't have no chance to beat me. He couldn't beat me with one leg, and now you think he can beat me? When one leg, he ran away 2 rounds. He was running away. Agi cannot beat me. Never. So if he wants, we can even fight now. That's it. Like now, like I tell you guys, I'm unstoppable. I'm hungry. I want to fight. I want to beat this guy up. Agi is new in OKTAGON. OKTAGON is my home. That's why I send really for it. Stop it. You know, I'm crazy. Maybe I get up. So there is no way he can beat me. Him not.
Říká, že jsi hodně hladovej, ale teď si měl možná
You say you're hungry, but this was one of your busiest years in your career. You had many fights in the Gamechanger. So how quickly do you want to come back?
Quick, very quick. I'm not one of the guys, like, I'm young. I'm 27. Whoa. I'm 27 years. And lightweight, I'm not cutting a lot. Like, you guys saw it on the way in. I was like 69. I was 69 kilo, you know. So I'm not that big, so I didn't cut a lot. So 4 times in a year should keep me busy. So yeah, maybe if you have fight for me next week or the week after, Pedro, sorry, but I need to come back. I'm getting warm up.
Další otázka na Willa Fleuryho.
Next question for Will Fleury. Before this fight, we spoke a lot about the atmosphere, if it will influence you at all. There were some boos, you were sticking your tongue out, so did that influence you at all?
I loved it. I was actually surprised how hostile it was. Because in Slovakia, when I went over for the face-off in the cage, a lot of people were like, oh, I hope you smash him, whatever. So I thought there'd be like 70-80% for him, but like there'd be a little 20% and maybe a like slight share. No, they booed the fuck out of me tonight. But I genuinely did enjoy it, because it's like, watch what I'm about to do to your guy. And look, I showed up to do that, and look, thank God I got it done. But he kept his dignity. The man fucking showed himself tonight. He showed that he's an absolute warrior. So in a way, like Andre said it there, I know we both didn't win, but like he kept his dignity, and I got to win the belt, and I got to take this opportunity that I've been waiting for my whole fucking life. So I'm delighted. I'm sure some part of him must be satisfied with his effort, and like, look, all you can do in life is do your absolute fucking best. That man definitely did his absolute best tonight. So like, fair fucks to him. And like, I didn't mind getting booed by the fans. It kind of, like, I get a little bit of a buzz out of that. But like, I hope in some way they can respect my skill set afterwards and say like, whoa, shit, that guy's actually a really good fighter. Because if Carlos is the hero and I came in and had the skill set to dismantle him like that, you got to respect that too.
V kleci se spotkal s Mahmoudem Muradovem, ten byl na...
You met Muradov in the cage. He was top 15 in the UFC. So could this be one of the biggest challenges of your career?
Yeah, definitely. Look, I've said bigger and bigger things. You know, I'm not looking to come in and like stay up in the light heavyweight division and beat guys I know I can beat. I want the big fights. You know, 2024, I came in, I was bold, I called everyone out, I did the business with everybody. 2025, bigger things. So yeah, it's a tough challenge. He's definitely a good fighter, but I want them. I want those challenges. I'm here to make my legacy.
Otázka na Cecílii Bolander.
Question to Cecilia. In the first fight, Lucia won, and now it's 1-1. Would you be open to a trilogy?
Absolutely. Like, there's no doubt about that I'm fighting because I love fighting. It doesn't matter who's on the other side. I'll take it. If you want me to fight her again, I'll fight her again. I'm new in this game. Her fight IQ is absolutely better than me. I'm not stupid. But I have more heart. And next time I'll be smarter. And all I want is just the opportunity to show my skill set. That's what I pray for every single time. So that's what I want. I want to show that I'm dominant, and I haven't shown that yet. And but yeah, in the future, absolutely.
Děkuju. Otázka na promotéry. Viděli jsme tady zápas Jonase Magarda, Igora Severína. Obrovská kvalita, výborný zápas, kde oba dva měli silný momenty. S tím, jak oba dva jsou kvalitou odskočený od toho zbytku divize, aby ten zápas byl...
We saw Jonas Magard and Igor Severino. Question for the promoters. Would you like to see a revenge fight? I don't know. It was...
The quality of them, it's huge, but we will bring, I believe, more fighters to bantamweight and also to featherweight. So there's a lot of good guys who wants to be in Octagon, and I believe it's going to be a lot of fun for the next year. So maybe in the future we will see the rematch, but I don't think like in next 3-4 months.
Poslední otázka za mě. Vidíme za vámi postavy ze Squid Game.
We see Squid Game characters behind you, and you announced your cooperation with Netflix. How will this cooperation continue? Will we see any Octagon videos shown on Netflix? We had some people from Netflix come out here, and they were also excited about this cooperation. They sent me messages that they were happy about everything. So what you saw today that we made happen for the fans was met with enthusiasm, and we want to get on big platforms. We made it to RTL, and we want to keep going to more big platforms. So that's why this is happening. That's why we have this campaign. So we're intensively working on cooperations like this, but there's no strict plans for the future. It was a one-time thing for now.
Will, congratulations. Like we said, we talked about legacy, and it was an absolute monster fight tonight. So where does it rank for you now? Despite winning the title, just a sole opponent in Carlos.
Yeah, that was a very special night in my career. Like, I need to go back, watch it, feel it, see it. Probably the biggest night of my career. Like, winning a belt in Europe's biggest organization, guys who are going to go on and do special things. Tonight was about the future and what this opens up. So this was a huge opportunity, and it was the one. It was coming in and beating a legend, and I went and did it. It was special, but it's so much more exciting about what can happen in the future now. So tonight was like kicking down the door. Like I was knocking on that door, I was showing, hey guys, I'm really good. Now tonight, it's like, yeah, I went and fucking did it. So what's open now? Like, look at what the lads are doing in Germany. It's incredible. There's a huge market there. And how far can that go? How big can we make it? Because, like, I'm the guy here, I speak English, I'm fucking, you know, I'm going to talk a little bit of crap, I'm going to make the fight work with whoever you put me in there with. I can sell that fight. And there's a big market there now. You can bring in big guys, and I can smash them, and I can be your guy. So there's huge opportunity. And I feel that now, so it's so exciting. So, like, yeah, tonight's a massive fight. But it's like it opens the door for so many bigger, like, there's so many possibilities now. It's always good to have options. This Murdoch fight, that's a big fight. But there's other big fights out there, you know? So as long as you see the options, I see plenty of options.
Absolutely. You've mentioned game changer, you've mentioned defending your title, you've mentioned heavyweight.
All options. None of them have
three,
to happen.
Three very
But everything
serious
could happen.
options. But if there was all three of them was presented in front of you now, which one would you take?
The game changer is the most financially lucrative. So that would be the one that I would like. Yeah, if you can tell me that's 100% open, cool, I'll go and do that. But the others, we need to sit down and have a good chat. But they're look, anything. Like, I'm very open. I love fighting. I love being here. Like, you know, there's guys who are like, oh, you know, I need a break. I need a holiday after this shit. Mate, genuinely, you give me a call and say, here, look, we're doing a card in the middle of January. I'd be up for it. That's who I am. Like, you know, I was saying to the lads in the dressing room tonight, what am I going to do after I can't do this shit anymore? Because my soul is going to need something like this. So, you know, I'm going to go home. I'm going to enjoy a few days on the beer or do whatever. But, like, it's going to be hollow fairly quickly. I've won a belt. Great, yeah. What's the next challenge? How do I go up from here? I'm just eager to keep progressing in life. If you're not building something, you feel like you're not doing anything. So I want to build something really, really special. And look, keep on going. Bigger, bigger, bigger fights. That's what I want, man.
Absolutely. You did the full 25 minutes tonight after very little cage time this year, and coupled with the cauldron atmosphere. How do you feel that sets you up for said big opportunities next year?
Yeah, look, like, I didn't even feel the 25 minutes. You know, it was great to have that 25 minutes. It was cool. Like, look, I wanted to put him out, and I kept feeling like, oh, I'm going to be able to. But the fact that I couldn't, and he got to fucking show what type of man he is tonight. In a way, it's a little bit of like, oh, well, that ended quite nicely for everybody, you know. This could have been a much more, like, one-sided, you know, much more, like, undignified affair, where if I'd come in and chinned him straight away and he face plants, and it's like, yeah, you're the guy. But you're the bad guy forever. So in a way, he kept his dignity. I showed the level I'm at. Everybody can go home sort of happy in a way. So, like, sport doesn't often work out like that. But tonight, that did work like that. And fucking, man, like, a genuine, like, you know, I'm talking all this shite, but I have such respect for that guy and the way he performed tonight. Because, like I said, there's the fake trying to win, and there's the real, I'm coming at you, and I'm not going anywhere. That man showed that tonight. That fuck you, you're not going to kill me spirit. And I'm like, you know, I want to buy him a beer after and just be like, man, you're a fucking hell of a human.
I will buy you beer if you want to be shorter, Phil.
So just shut the fuck up, basically, yeah?
No. Sorry, Speak,
sorry.
but a little
Very
bit
good.
shorter.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks.
So for Keita, I know Andre gonna hate me for this question, but it seems like you're finished maybe with Octagon, a double champion, Tipsport Gamechanger winner. Is there serious interest to go to UFC and reach more and more and more?
I don't know. They say there is game changer in middleweight, right? And she also one belt. Can we fight for a belt? Of course.
Well, next week. Right?
Next week.
Next week.
But first, let us. We don't look good. Let's go. Let's go. You ready to make the fight? So I don't know yet. Let me first go home, realize it, and we talk about that. But for now, I'm not done with Octagon yet.
Okay. For Will, how close was this submission, this guillotine? Because in the arena it looks very close, and the reaction was crazy. How close was it?
No, and fair play to Carlos for acknowledging it. I had the hand inside all the time. So it was never, like, the position could have got worse. That was the one thing I was worried about. So I had my hand defending the neck. There was always a little bit of space on the neck. But if that had managed to slip through, it could have been quite serious. Because he did have it was wrapped, and he was in a position where he could use the lat and kind of crunch. But he never got there. It was never like I felt majorly threatened by it. But I heard the fans going crazy, and I was like, and in a way, I could feel him squeezing and squeezing and squeezing. I thought he's going to be exhausted after this. This is what I mean. Every time he really did try something like that, I thought he's going to quit now, because that's going to take a lot of energy, and he didn't quit. So fair fucks to him.
For Carlos, first of all, many respect for you for this fight. What does it mean to you to have the whole Czech Republic behind you? We saw this in the arena. This was the craziest atmosphere I ever saw. What does it mean to you?
Well, like I said, I hate losses, but I never experienced anything like that. I've lost the fight, but the fans, they was kept going crazy, and as well saying, you know, like they was waking me up out of the death. He hit me with some knees, with some shots. I think the difference between me and Will was I knew he's gonna be tough. He's big and strong. I knew the fight is gonna be tough. I just don't think he thought they're gonna be this tough. You know, he would have to kill me to. I'm a guy who's gonna quit. And he hit me hard with the knees and with some elbows, but there was so many times like you think like you wanna give up, but when you hear like nearly 20,000 people cheering your name, you just can't. You know what I mean? You just can't. And he said he was surprised, like he thought there's gonna be 70% of cheering for me and some for him. Listen, if I was fighting him in Ireland, I'm a dead man. They would boo me like you never ever seen. Like. The Irish fans are crazy, and I would never get any cheer over there. So I'm glad he experienced Czechoslovakia. Fans can be crazy as well, and they support me so well. It was unbelievable experience. He's a tough guy. He can stay champion for a long time. He's got many options, as he said. The game changer, the heavyweight title. So good luck to him. Out of all the options, I would stay away from Muradov if he wants last. He speak up, but he done really well. He's tough. I knew he's gonna be tough, but I'm not the guy who's gonna quit. So that's that. Well done, Will.
Thank you. To Jonas, this was a pretty close fight. Do you believe you won the fight after the third round?
I think it was a very close fight. I have to look it back, but what I've been told, I got the 1 and 2 round. I was like, he came in strong the first minute of the first round, but then after that I was pretty much controlling. And second round, you saw what happened. He was on skates all over the floor. I was trying to grab him so he didn't fall. Maybe a bit stupid of me, but yeah, I have to watch it back. But from what I've heard, it could have gone both ways. Yeah.
To Igor, you beat #1 contender in bantamweight, but in UFC was flyweight. What are your plans? Going to flyweight, staying in bantamweight? What are your plans?
Eu tô muito feliz com a oportunidade que o Octagon me deu. E, pô, foi uma luta dura, é um cara duro. Tô muito feliz de ter estreado dessa forma. E eu venci o número 1 e acredito que o meu próximo passo é lutar pelo cinturão, title fight.
So it was actually a really hard fight. I'm very happy that Octagon gave me this opportunity. It was amazing to fight, and it was amazing to fight the contender #1. But right now, I only want to fight for the belt, and then I probably go to flyweight and get that belt also.
Okay. To the promoter, last one. At Octagon time in Frankfurt, you announced Munich at November. Now, yesterday I saw the graphic. It's for May. What is the right one?
Both.
2 events. Okay.
Sure.
In Munich.
Why not?
Okay. Thank you.
We like pretzels and beer.
All right, question for Will. First of all, how many beers in are you right now?
This is my second and I spilled it, so I'm only a beer and a half in, really.
I'll buy you a beer after.
Cheers.
Keita, How are you feeling? It is your birthday. The fight started as it ticked onto midnight, so you fought for the first time as a 27-year-old man in the first second of you becoming 27. How great of a birthday present is it to win the title, get the bonus, win the Tipsport Gamechanger?
Oh, incredible. And on top of that, like beating Ronnie is something big, but finish him is bigger. So my birthday cannot be worse.
How do you plan to celebrate the rest of the day?
Don't start you. Leave me alone. I answered my question already.
There you go. So is that the plan for the after party then?
Yes, sir.
Okay, somebody else? This guy?
Frage für Daniel Schwind. Also, wie bist du mit dem Druck
A
heute
question for Daniel Schwind. How did you work it out with the first event, with your first event at the Octagon, and what does it feel like winning here? Of course, it's amazing, right, being in Octagon. The win really means a lot to me. When I started doing MMA, this was what I dreamt of. When I stood in front of the 20,000 fans today, they were not really cheering for me, and they were booing me a little bit, whistling at me. I still managed to keep a cold head and keep going. And that's what it's all about. Nothing else matters. I took the fight on short notice. I had a call from my manager. I needed to respond very quickly. I only had 2 days to make my mind up. I had a fever, I had a cough. I had to drop 14 kilos, and it was really, really difficult. But I managed it, and I got the win as well, so I'm really happy. You came here from Stuttgart. And the Octagon contacted you, they wanted you here. So what did that call feel like? It was a great feeling getting that call. My phone rang. I saw my manager's name on it, and my heart just started pounding. I thought I wasn't expecting another fight this year. So I was focusing on next year. I was enjoying Christmas with my family, or at least I was trying to. But then I got the call, and immediately I had to start training. Luckily, it all worked out well. So now you're 2 in the Octagon. So could you have a magic triangle with a colleague? Yeah, I think some of our colleagues could join Octagon, and he's ready for an amazing career. I don't know if it's about to happen very soon, but I think my friend is a very good candidate for next fighter.
You work Igor to Octagon. It was a great performance. I saw it here on the screens. Like high-paced fight. What are your thoughts? Something surprised you about his performance?
I thought it was a good fight. I've only got like positive feedback from it, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm not super happy about my own performance, of course, but it's just one of them. But I hope everybody enjoyed it. I know we're gonna run it back. I want to run it back. I think it was the perfect build-up for a title fight. He just won on a close split decision, and I had him all rocked and almost finished him in the second round. So, yeah, I think we got ourselves a good build-up for a title fight. But we'll see what the guys are saying over there. The 2 handsome guys. But yeah, I just hope everybody enjoyed the fight.
Yeah, we did. So the community wants to see that, and you got a good dance partner, I think. Thank you.
Thank you.
Question for Will. So you're in the 3rd round. You point to the referee like you put your arms like that, because Carlos was rocked. Yeah. What was your thought behind it? It was like surprise for sure, but what you thought about?
So I landed a big left hand, and that rattled him, and his legs started to buckle, or he couldn't quite keep his balance. And after I landed that big left hand, he kind of came in, and he tried to swing over, and I landed a knee like I've never landed on anybody. I've knocked people out with knees before in training and all sorts. That was the hardest knee I've ever landed on anybody. And I felt him wobble and go, and he just walked like he couldn't quite stay, so he was walking off that side. And then he managed to stay on his feet. But I looked at the ref to be like, come on, this isn't, the contest is gone now. I'm not going to just fucking keep hitting a guy who's already gone out. But he wasn't. So fair play to the ref. I heard there was other people shouting for it to be stopped and people cage side screaming in for it to be stopped. But yeah, he made the right decision, and I maybe should have been a bit more vicious and clinical in that moment, but I can't believe the chin on him, so fair play to him.
Thank you, Will.
It's not over till it's over, eh?
To Carlos, I want to say your nickname is Terminator. Probably your skeleton is out of steel because you show your heart tonight, so you can be, I know after a loss it's hard to say you can be proud of yourself, but you never stopped fighting. You kept moving forward, even if you were hit hard. So I want to say thank you for everything you did and for the great performance.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's sometimes better to fight a little bit smarter than the way I do, but I'm old now and some things you just can't change, you know what I mean? So, yeah, he was a tough opponent. He's a great champion now. But I got the last dance in June on the football stadium, so yeah, I haven't finished just yet.
Thank you, and I'm excited for that fight. One more thing for me, Ronnie. Everything is fresh right now. The first rounds were pretty good, back and forth. We know Keita is pretty good to close the distance. Like I said, everything is fresh. Where do you see your future after this big fight?
It's a difficult question to start with. I have to sit down with my team. I'm kind of too big for the 70. It's difficult for me, so now we're talking. It's really difficult dropping weight, cutting weight. So we might think about the weight categories a little bit. I made some mistakes. We just watched the tape. I ran for one of his knees. I didn't feel in danger. He is very quick. He hit me, but I knew all about that. I hit him with a high kick. I was waiting for my opportunity because I know that Keita is very, very fast, and you need to wait for your opportunity with him. I'm kind of sorry that I didn't try and wrestle with him because that might help me. But I don't really know how to answer your question. It's a really difficult question. I will definitely talk about this on my socials in a few weeks, and I will tell you where my journey goes.
Thank you, Ronnie. I'm really excited and wish you all the best. One more thing for Severino. Like Jonas said, maybe rematch for title. What are your thoughts about that?
Então, vou ver com meus empresários. Eu não sei se faz sentido uma luta assim, eu ganhar dele e ele ter a oportunidade pelo título. Vamos ver o que os meus empresários decidirem, eu vou fazer. Eu tô aqui para lutar e tô pronto para lutar. É isso.
So we just fought. I won. I'm new, 21 years old. This is a conversation for my managers. And whatever they decide with Octagon, I will do. I'm a fighter, and I will fight everyone. But I don't think that he's the right guy to the title fight.
Now we don't know if it's true or not because you are his manager, and nobody knows what he said. But
I'm a smart guy.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm saying it. So it's more the answer from Pedro. We will translate it later. Okay, your turn. You're gonna be the last one.
Best for the last. So, for the promoters, I have a question for you. Keita told in many interviews. Oh, okay. You hear me now? Oh, okay. Keita told in many interviews he's a featherweight. At lightweight, he doesn't even cut weight or a little bit of weight. He just beat someone who's 48 lightweight fight metrics, like in the world. He beat the best lightweight in Octagon. How difficult is it going to be for you promoters to find the attractive matchup in featherweight actually for him?
I believe it's going to be okay. We got some plans.
Okay. For Keita, in the first round we saw some things we didn't saw from you. We saw some high kicks, we saw some knees. Do you think this is the performance where you showed the most of your skill set?
I think so. Like I'm saying, I'm developing also. You know, I'm a fighter. I'm learning new stuff. I even tried some oblique kick. I don't even know. Even I was practicing it, spinning back kick. So that's why when Ronnie was saying he developed a lot, I knew I was one of the guys also. We both young, so it's normal. You know, we will learn new stuff. So I think I'm getting better and better.
Now on the socials, most of the people are claiming you're the best lightweight and featherweight in Europe. Is there like any names you would like to challenge? Like you think that could be a good matchup for you?
I have double gold, bro. I don't challenge. They need to challenge me.
That's it for me.
Okay, I believe that's it. It's almost 2 hours in the morning. And we want to just thank you to all the fighters. Congratulations to the winners. Can you wait? Also, congratulations to you guys. Even if you don't win today, we made incredible tournaments this year. 2 football stadiums as the first organization on the world. It's also because of you guys from New Paper. So thank you very much that you came. Also together with more than 250,000 viewers. See you next year, 2025.
Europe's most prestigious MMA organization heads to Düsseldorf for the first time. OKTAGON conquers another German city and will present the biggest German stars in front of 14,000 fans in the city's biggest arena. Undefeated for almost a decade, the new middleweight champion Kerim Engizek is looking to claim his 15th consecutive victory in his hometown.
And he's done it once again!
He'll be joined by his training partner and member of the legendary UFD gym, Lon Alieskiev. An experienced and elite fighter who stopped the legendary Ivan Buchinger in the first round of his OKTAGON debut. Nearly 1 year after his brother, Tamerlan Dolatov will enter his debut fight and aim to make an equally fierce impression on home soil.
2, 3, 4.
Cologne's finest boxer, Denis Ilbay, whose last 2 opponents couldn't make it past the second round,
El Pistolero gets it done in 1!
will enter the cage with Czech knockout artist Vlado Lengal.
Schöner Hüftwurf, guter Ellbogen.
Experience the best of European MMA with us at the first event of 2025.
Jetzt ist weg!
OKTAGON 66, February 1st, PSD Bank Dome, Düsseldorf. Be there, experience OKTAGON. Tickets on sale at oktagontickets.de.